Well, it's a beautiful story. So my story and the connection with Doug was back in the summer of 1993. Early July, I flew from Palm Springs, where I was living, to Toronto, Canada, where my mother was in the final stages of her leukemia. And so I committed to being with her as long as it took. And so during the course of July of 1993, she was admitted into the hospital, and at the same time, my brother came to work for Doug and shared our mother's plight with him, and he was kind enough and compassionate enough that he sent product to the hospital, and so I was administering these two products to my mom. One was the yucca, and the other was the 4-herbal tea that we now call Microbiome Boost and Asceniac Herbal Tea. And so about 2 weeks later, Doug came out to do a lecture in Toronto. And so my brother urged me to go out and meet him, go to the lecture and learn more about the products, because I was just giving them to her. She was getting tremendous benefits as far as cleansing, because cancer, of course, is a disease of poisons and toxins. And being in the hospital, she had all these drugs that they were giving her. She was constipated, so this gave her a lot of relief. And although it was a case of too little, too late, because it was the final stages of her illness, but she was still getting benefits. And so a few weeks later, Doug was conducting a seminar in Toronto area, and my brother urged me to go so I can learn more about the products. And so I attended, and that was August 4th. And the following day, Doug came to the hospital, met my mom, took me to lunch, and unbeknownst to me, he shared with our family that he was going to marry me. Well, it happened just 2 months later. October 10th, we were married. And the significance of this story is that we believed in our heart of hearts that our moms brought us together, because he lost his mom to cancer about 8 months earlier, and then my mom succumbed to cancer as well. So it was part of our ceremony, the fact that we acknowledged that our moms brought us together, and it was a spiritual kind of experience. And so at that time we then vowed that we would help others with similar degenerative conditions. And that's been our life's mission for 30 years.